Good evening, everyone. Today, I have the privilege of interviewing a very promising singer, songwriter, composer, and a trained Hindustani vocalist who began her journey just at the age of 5, guided by her mother and renowned gurus. She has already made her debut by being top 20 in Indian Idol Telugu, top 40 in Wah Ustad, which aired on DD National, winner in India's Next Master Kids. She has already received accolades from Times NI, Bharat Sanskriti Utsav, and much more. Pursuant of BTech, AI and data science, she is also trained in Trinity Level 4 keyboard, music production, and Western vocals from AR Rahman's KM Music Conservatory. Roshni sings in 8 plus languages. She also teaches keyboard and Western vocals and shortly plans to launch her own music podcast, blending traditions, tech, and a whole lot of talent. On the occasion of World Voice Day, it gives me immense pleasure to host Miss Roshni Ghosh. Hi Roshni, how are
Hi,
you?
ma'am. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also good. So, so first of all, I would like to wish you a very happy Voice Day.
Very
My
happy
voice is
birthday
not
to
that
you.
good, but I know you are like you have a lot of talent, which
Thank you so
I
much.
don't even have
But you
10%.
have a sweet voice too.
No, I have a very scary voice. When I teach children, I'm mostly scared of my voice. All right, Roshni. So let's start with the first question which I have for you. Can you please describe your word in 3 words?
Um, if I had to describe, uh, might describe my
Voice.
voice, um, I would say versatile. Um, I would say impactful,
Right?
and I would say dynamic.
Oh my God, those three adjectives actually suits you. Right. So Roshni, why do you think we should actually have something like World Voice Day? Why do we actually need it? And what does this day mean to you personally?
See, I've been in music for about Wait, I am 19 now and I've been in music since I was 4. So, music is a very important part of my life, and I feel like music or any form of speaking is basically a way for a human to express their thoughts, their emotions. So, I feel like not just World Music Day, but World Voice Day in general celebrates the liberty that a human has to, speak compared to everyone else. So I think it makes a big deal. Yeah.
So, like when you told that it is very impactful and all those things. So, have you ever felt personally that, okay, on a specific occasion, your voice was very impactful at any, like, at any moment you felt that your voice made a huge impact?
I think so I think 2 years or a year back. So I was in 2 years back, I was in 12th, and I had the opportunity to be a part of one of these competitions that happens in our ward, and our Krishna Bairegora ji, he was there. And so he was the judge and guest there. So he when he sat there, so I thought, like, I sing a lot of songs in many different languages, but then that crowd there did not need like a Hindi song or like a Tamil song or a Telugu song. So when I first went up on stage and said ki, I don't know Kannada, but I will sing it for you. So seeing people there, their faces lit up and they were like, Kannada, someone singing Kannada, someone who doesn't even know Kannada. So I feel like a lot of people loved that, and a lot of people were probably even motivated to go, start learning Kannada. So I feel that was one of the most impactful things my voice has done.
That's really great, Roshni. So, like you told, you went for a performance. So, actually, how do you prepare yourself for a performance? Because I think you'll have to prepare your voice. You have to give a lot of rest before performance and all those things. Can you like tell a little bit about that?
Okay, so usually it depends on when the performance is and how long before I've known that it's there. So now, if you tell me 1 week before, it's going to be like practice every day, practice every day. But if it's like a show that is like 2 months later. Then we spend 1 month in planning what songs. Then this is just the planning and execution part of it. But preparing my voice, I am the total opposite of what you would stereotypically think of a musician. Usually I have like hot food, yeah, chatpata food, but during like 1 week or 2 weeks before, you'll find me having cold stuff. So it's totally different, and I don't know, it works for me. Uh, it's just a fad that, don't have cold, your voice will go bad. तो it works for some people, it doesn't work for some people. किसी किसी के लोगों का गला बैठ जाता है, कोई कोई किसी किसी का अच्छा रहता है. Some big singers are also there who, they have like a glass of iced water before getting on stage, so it works. So that I usually, prefer having a little cool stuff before a performance.
Okay.
And yeah,
So it varies from voice to voice, like
yeah,
it varies from
definitely,
person to person, how
definitely.
they prepare. Okay. So now, Roshni, if you don't mind, can you sing one small song for me?
Are you sure? Sure.
Yeah.
So this song I learned like a month before, and I hope you like it. I'll just sing a few
For
lines.
sure. I already love your voice.
Thank you so much. Okay. गरज गरज आज मेघ घनन घनन छायो रे, दमक दमक चमक बिजुरी, कहते ऋतु आज घनन घनन छायो रे, दमक दमक चमक बिजुरी, कहते आज आयो, कहते आज आयो, कहते आज आयो.
That was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
I actually love your voice from the day I have met you. I
Thank
still
you.
remember the first song I heard. That was really awesome. And from that day is the second time I'm listening to you, and I love your voice like anything.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So when you do so many performances, you sing a lot, I'm sure you'll have that voice fatigue. So how do you get over that?
Definitely. Now also I'm feeling it because like since the last 2 weeks I've been taking part in college competitions or like college events. I've been singing here, there. It's like one morning there's a competition and then they're like, come sing in the evening and then go home. So it does happen. Both the voice gets very tired. But the key to keeping the voice good is we don't sing from our voice. That's the one thing that musicians learn when they take training from someone who's koi guru ya kisi se jab they take proper talim. That time the first thing they say is you don't sing from your voice, you sing from your stomach. So when you breathe in, so usually what we do as humans, when we breathe in, we kids will take that stomach inside when they breathe in and breathe out with the stomach out. So but that is apparently not the correct way of breathing. So when you breathe in, you're supposed to push your stomach out. It was very confusing for me to grasp, but I've understood, like there's a difference when your the song comes out of your voice and the song comes out of your stomach. So if you sing from your stomach, your voice is never tired.
Okay.
So that's the logic behind.
That's a new thing I also learned. I never knew this, that we can sing from a throat also and from a stomach also.
And nose also.
And nose also, for sure. We know many singers who sing from nose. Right. So since we are into mentoring, we would like you to mentor the children who actually want to get into singing. You started your journey at the age of 5. So I would like to know about your journey first. And then if somebody wants to start their singing journey, how should they actually start? Because see, if you ask me, how should I get into those big competitions? I don't know. How like how should we choose which genre or songs we want to sing, or how should we decide that we actually want to sing? If you ask me to sing, I'm just a bathroom singer. I can't sing in front of anybody.
We all started there.
So, so how do we actually decide that is my voice suitable to be a singer? And then if I have decided that I want to be get into singing? How do we start that journey? First, please tell about your journey and then guide our children also.
So when I started music, I started with classical music. So I used to listen to a lot of non-classical music, which is Himesh Reshamya, because I was born in 2005. So that time there was Jhalak Dikhla Ja and all those songs trending. And then there was Main Hoon Na and all those songs. So I used to listen to those songs, Har Ghadi Badal Rahi, those kind of songs. Not very, we didn't have that peppy numbers also during the 2000s. They were very, soulful. So I used to listen to those. And on the other hand, I started music with my aunt. She is a classical singer. She only does classical. So I started with her. And then when I was younger, I did apply to some reality shows. I did go for like Indian Idol, Saregama. I did do a few, I tried out my luck there because my parents felt like it was a nice thing. And I also felt like, yeah, the Indian Idol, you've all heard the name. So it would be nice. So once I went there, since I was a classical singer, I didn't know a lot about stage or a lot about, how to put myself out there. And what shows look for is not just your music, but also how you present yourself on TV, because that is also what matters. So I used to go in front of them and my face was becoming black. It was just white. You could see I was just so scared. I used to see 23 people in the judges panel and I was like, oh my God, what do I say? My song used to be just as shaky. Or because in my practice I used to be fine because I used to do it alone. But when I used to come in front of people, it used to be a whole mess. So it happened many times, first, second, third, fourth. I used to always go to the theater round and then come back. So that's when I also started working on my stage skills. That's when I started doing more of trying to perform wherever I could, school or choir. Our school was a Christian school, so we used to take part in choir, trying to audition for the main vocal. I used to do all that. So after that, I started off with an instrument because I think knowing one instrument for a musician is very always helpful. Either a guitar or a ukulele or a keyboard always helps. And if you're into percussion, then your rhythm will always be, it'll always be in place. So you don't have to worry about that either. So I started with the piano and I did my Trinity exam, as you mentioned. I did those. Although that was not exactly my goal, because I didn't want to do Western or piano. I wanted to do basic, I wanted to have a knowledge of pitch and everything. So I did that. And after that, I started taking part in these competitions here and there. uh, that's basically how I am still going on. I write my own songs. I try to do new stuff all the time, thinking of new themes or how to grow my page. All those things I do, Abhi. So for a beginner, okay, so firstly, if you love music, like there's a difference between like love music and love music. So if you love music just to listen to it, then nobody's forcing you to get into music. But if you
Like, who loves to listen to music, but for sure not getting into it.
I mean, there are some people who love music so much, they have like a very good ear and they catch up things fast. So they can mimic that very easily. There are some people who do that also. And they're very good at it. They're like extremely good at it. They literally have the voices of people, and that's a whole different world of its own. But if you're trying to become an independent artist, then you have to have that creative thing in your head where you're thinking of something new all the time, either in terms of like you're a lyricist, you can write poetry, or you have a little pitch sense in you. If you listen to a song, you can hum exactly like with the tune and all that. Uh, so yeah, I think you start there, and then if your parents are lucky to pick it up, they'll put you into a music class. That's usually what happens. Yeah.
So no, like for example, now if a child wants to has this, he may be somewhere like 17 or 18, and he has decided to become a singer. So where should he start with now? Should he join a music class, or what should be the steps now?
I'll tell you what you should not do. Don't go to YouTube.
Don't.
Don't go to YouTube for it. Please don't. Like, there are
Has
so
very
many
lot
people.
of data. And it is like we tell no that too much information, it confuses people.
Yes, and too much information without the root of it, without knowing the context, you just begin somewhere. That does not make sense, because there are a lot of singers that I know who are like, I have never learned music, but YouTube say, internet say, idhar udhar videos, because there are a lot of tutorial videos these days. If you'll see YouTube, how to start music, how to learn
But
music.
actually, can we learn singing just by seeing a video? Is it
To an
possible?
extent, yes. If
Okay.
you're singing, suppose I am someone who has never learned music, I have learned it from YouTube. Now if I sing you a song, you might not be able to judge कि इसमें क्या गलतियां हुई है या कुछ है, या my voice is
हाँ.
shaky या pitch थोड़ा off जा रहा है. Those little minute things is again rectified by training.
Okay. When
But
somebody is actually listening to you, who is
yes,
trained in that field.
yes. So it is very possible ki suppose I have a friend who's a classical singer, and he's never learned from any guru or nobody. I mean, normal singing is fine, but classical is it's normal to be trained by a guru. So he does these very beautiful taan और मतलब fast वाले सरगम वर्गम करता है. But the moment you tell him to sing each note, you will hear it that he's not trained properly. So you can hear it when they do go slow. They'll be like, they're a little shaky. They don't know which note is which because they've learned na 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 na. They don't know it's sa re ga ma pa. So wo,
Or
they have a
they
good
just
ear.
learn the tone. They don't learn the notes in that.
Right.
Right? Okay. So as per you, if a person wants to get into singing, first thing they should do is they should join a class, music class.
I mean, it's not necessary to join a class, but there are a few gurus who teach. Very less of them nowadays because the trend is just guitar and singing. So there are a few gurus, there are a few classes also that are really good. I myself take a little, for the kids I do classical, like basics of classical or keyboard or ukulele. I also try doing that for some of the kids. So it is recommended to go to a class first instead of first gaining half knowledge and then getting into a class. That will also clash with what you've learned. So
So
instead,
that is what it is, like half knowledge is always
correct.
dangerous.
So even like a school, when you come to preschool, you're coming with a fresh mind and the teachers can teach you something. Now if you directly if you're like a homeschool student till like 8th grade and then you suddenly go to school, it's a very big change. It clashes with your ideas. So that's the same thing with music.
Sure. So all those children who are listening to this podcast and want to get into singing, just now Roshni has told she is starting her own music classes. You can go and join them for sure. Right, Roshni?
Surely.
So if your last question for you, if your voice had any superpower, what will that be?
Um, I think superpower.
Any superpower. What would you like to? Okay, maybe like I give you 3 wishes
Okay.
related to your voice. You can do anything with that. So what would you like to do?
I mean, I think very technically. So the first thing that came to my head was singing high notes without, with ease, singing it with ease. That's the first thing that came to my head. As a superpower, I guess singing like any range, like from low to top, like a whole piano itself. I think that
So
would be.
Roshni, you have achieved so many things. What more would you like to achieve? What's still there in your list which is pending?
I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, my podcast it's a very long time wish that I want to get through, and mm, I don't know. I just want my music to go out there, reach people, and I want them to listen and vibe with it. That's all.
So for sure, we'll try to help you with that to make you reach to as many viewers you can. But my final request, can I, like you sang a classical song last time also we met, you sang a classical song. I want you to sing a peppy song for me if you don't mind.
Okay. I sing like a lot of genres. I usually like I prefer classical randomly. If you tell me to sing a song, I will prefer classical because it's very like I'm used to it with my voice. So I usually go with classical. But Western, pop, rock, Bengali, this, that, all
So
languages or genres. Kuch bhi.
anything other than classical.
Okay. Um. hmm. हे आओ ना गले लगा लो ना लगे बुझा दो ना ओ जाने जा तुमने जो अगन लगाई है तो छू के देखो ना कहाँ कहाँ देखो सीने में कैसी हलचल मची है ओ सजना मुझे ओ सजना तो आओ ना गले लगा लो ना लगे बुझा दो ना जाने जाओ
Now I just feel like आके बस वहाँ गले लगा लूं. Your voice is awesome. Whether it is classical song or it is Bollywood song, you rock it.
Thank you so much.
Right? Roshni, it was really nice listening to you. I'm sure our students have learned a lot from you. And if anyone is getting into singing, we'll for sure recommend your training to them. Okay? It
Definitely.
was
Thank you
really
so
nice
much for
meeting
having
you.
me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.